Hey guys, it's a new year. This is Breezy.
And I'm Danny.
And welcome to Spectrum Podcast.
And of course, we're bringing in Sasha to hang out with us for this episode as our bud-in and audience for this episode.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. It is Friday. We are dropping this today too. Just after doing this, no pressure, but that's happening. So you're listening to this on Friday.
Yo, which is funny because I've been sad all week. I feel like just now as we're starting this episode, I feel like my energy is just slightly more uppity.
Can we all acknowledge what you were saying, one of you, both of you, someone earlier, like the holiday blues is a thing?
Sad. Seasonal acute depression.
Okay, well, that's a thing too. So maybe sprinkle that in there. I think mine was almost more related to just like anxiety of not having a normal routine and having a lot that I still want to be getting done and then having to adjust quickly and being like, maybe I'm not actually that good at that all the time.
Well, I mean, what about for those people who are depressed all fucking year?
Well,
What about it?
it's probably biochemical.
That was not a dramatic pause on accident or on purpose.
It could be biochemical.
Well, yeah, I actually did not have that happy of a new year. I literally was by myself, like completely by myself in my home again.
Sad?
Maybe.
Not
A
sad.
little. I just
little sad.
It didn't start off the way I didn't, you know what the funny thing is? I didn't even make plans. I didn't
With who? Anybody?
future with anybody, like with
Us,
no one, you
them,
guys, even
me,
Alex. Like
you.
I knew he was going to be home with his mom, so I didn't like purposely go out of my way to make plans. Although some a group of people were like, "Hey, well, what are you up to? You're more than welcome to come by," or just like just like a whatever. And I'm just like, thanks, but no thanks.
I got a few of those.
And I was just by myself.
It was that year.
But better to respect the space you need to take for yourself than to feel the pressure that doesn't really exist unless you create it. You know what I mean? And be out there when you're not feeling sociable. I'm trying to figure out a way to balance better and not have to feel so much like it's a total period of hibernation following a outing where I get to be myself in public. But right now I'm really in that teeter-totter space where if I go out and I'm real sociable, I just need a day by myself at least after to just feel like recharge or sane or I don't know, semblance of normality. you know.
Yo, what about that cyclone? Yo,
What?
I feel like California wasn't ready for this weather.
They call it the atmospheric river.
Yeah.
Been done dumping on us.
So it's
Snaking.
been really extreme on TikTok, on the news, on updated searches of just California in general.
The last little storm we had or the one coming?
all together, all of it maybe, because we've been so droughty.
Okay.
We're so often in drought.
I think most people thought that this last little rainfall that came by wasn't prepared for, they just think that was they think that was a cyclone, or that was the hurricane that was on its way. So people aren't even fully prepared for this. Even I wasn't. When that first came through, I was like, this is almost, this is so calm. This is just a rainy night.
Yeah.
This is just a lot of water.
Isn't this El Nino?
It got
aren't we
nuttier
supposed
up
to
here.
get water?
It's either I thought it was I don't know. My brain's awash. Was it La Nina?
La
This
Nina?
year, or was that
I think that's in summer.
Was it?
There's
No,
certain
was it
tradition.
It might have been a La Nina last winter. It could be El Nino. Was in '98. We had a crazy El Nino, and up in the Tahoe area, we had already had a little bit of snow in November and December, and then during the period of time that just passed, end of December, somewhat maybe between Christmas and New Year's, it got real warm, and this storm came through and rained, but not just a little. It dumped what we just had. So when you get that much rain dumped on already a snow load, it'll melt like a super melt, in a bad way. So my entire town flooded in Truckee. Like, it was gnarly, dude. There was a couple days where it just... So I lived along Trout Creek. Trout Creek turned into like a river the size of Truckee River. All of my neighbors lived on the other side of it. Their general bridges they could drive across had anywhere from inches to like feet of water coming over it. So they were like, we're not going to drive through that.
Have you seen any... You don't have TikTok. You need to get a TikTok.
No. I have a question. Is all this water related to the silver whatever chemical that they're trying to put into the clouds? Did you read about that?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, well, they do purposely seed clouds. If they know that a storm's coming, they can like dust particles into the air.
Have they already done it? Because I read an article.
Wait, I think I said that wrong. If they know that there's like maybe a low front coming or something, like basically if they think there's gonna be a low front and some moisture, the theory is if you like put crap in the atmosphere, maybe it'll like somewhat form rain droplets, like the way normally just enough condensation does.
Are you telling me that people can filter clouds?
Opposite.
Clouds are really heavy because it's just water in the air.
Yeah.
It's the opposite. It's that you're seeding a cloud. You're making the cloud dirty to try and get water droplets out of it, essentially.
You're making it heavier, I think. That's what the silver's for.
Right, whatever. Dirty, heavy. You just want the moisture to condense into rain droplets.
I feel like my brain can't comprehend this.
Some do.
You know, dude.
I've gone through so many rabbit holes of just like conspiracies and internet darkness, missing celebrities, CIA secrets, and pedophilia. And it's not good for me.
Yeah.
I'm sick. I'm sick all the time. I think that's why I'm not leaving my house. I'm literally in a stage of paranoia.
Mm-hmm.
All the time.
Anxiety.
Yeah.
Anxiety's a
well, I
bitch.
mean, yeah, we're all dealing with
Anxiety's
anxiety,
a
but
bitch.
absolute paranoia. Like right now, like there's a lot of phases that I go through. You know, one is manic, euphoric, sexual deviancy, quietness, depression, and then
That sounds like life.
and then just like absolute paranoia. So, right now I'm in the paranoia stage.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking forward to the end of it because it's so fucked up. And the retro Gatorades of the moons and shit need to like...
We do it Rorschach.
The fuck did you just say?
The retrogrades.
Yo, today
and the
is
moons
a
and
full moon.
stars.
Today's called a small full moon? I don't know. It's a full moon.
It's the New Year's new moon.
It's a minor moon. Not
And-
a major moon.
Since Sunday was the 1st, we will get a Friday the 13th.
Wait, we're gonna go to... I'm trying... help me. Yes. Friday the 13th, dude. That is a week from today. I have a goal that before then, Eric and I have purchased a new vehicle because we finally conceded to the fact that the Honda Fit, which I so lovingly tilted over 3 months ago.
I feel like the Honda Fit has been on this show more than you.
The Fit, we haven't done an update in a while, guys, but we got it back just in time for my mother-in-law to come to town, and I had no choice but to drive it a few times, and it kind of felt like forcing like a person of trauma back into like their triggering situation. But I was like, I don't have time to think about this. I gotta just squash that because honestly, I got shit to do, and this is my option. It's like this or try to get some poor Uber driver to like come 7.5 miles up the curvy roads to my house. Like it's not happening, right? So I dealt with it, but then we came back and I freaked the fuck out, and I was like, okay, like anxiety. We need it. This car is. This is untenable. Like no one can drive this. It's unsafe. You can't do full left turn or a full right turn without like things rubbing on the subframe, which basically means like the tires are like wearing. I mean, it's bad, dude.
It had mold. A lot of mold.
No.
Still
and
does.
rat piss.
Eric was convinced that they maybe had covered the Fit while it was laid out for 2 months in the auto shop yard. with no windshield in the back, and it rained, right? Yeah, that was definitely a pipe dream because I got it back. I did like a craft job of cutting an old shower curtain into a new window for the back of this because I was like, bro, we need to take care of this. It's gonna rain a bunch more. And as I was putting that in from the inside, every time I'd like lean forward onto the kind of part that covers, the back of the Honda Fit and like, I don't know, a storage compartment, it was like dipping, but I mean like dipping, like really dipping, like water damaged AF dipping. And I was like, I'm not going to explore that further, but it smells shitty in here and that's definitely wet. Like, ooh. And then Eric like goes to...
Stop saying like...
Eric goes to explore it right after, and he finds that there's a puddle inside of the compartment that this lies over, where there happens to be a spare tire and apparently enough of a basin that water just can gather.
Yep.
And water has been sloshing around in there for who the fuck knows how long. And he finds that water and thinks it's a problem that I didn't explore to find that water, but not that it was so much a problem that it was there. He's like, oh, I shop vacked it out. I'm all, doggy, we don't live in a place that's that dry. Water damage in a car leads to mold. Mm-hmm. I mean, fucking smell it in there. He's like, that's the rats. The rats have always...
Either way.
And I'm like, so is that better? If it's rat piss, is that acceptable? Which is like the scale of more terrible here. So anyway, through a series of realizations that we as adults have had recently, we're not going to buy a new car. And my goal is to do that before next Friday so that I can shamelessly and guilt-free drive down to Echo Park where my friend Denise Pinto, shout out fucking Rainbows of Pain on the Insta. Homegirl is going to do a little guest spot, and she never participates in Friday the 13th events, which is kind of a gimmicky thing that a lot of tattoo shops do. Which is funny because
you've been talking about that. You've been talking about getting in on Friday the 13th. She has, because we've been on this tattoo journey.
I conjured it, dude.
You totally did. Because and by Denise and not Vinay. I know. And I kind of like a part of me knows. I should hit up
Denise and see if she's doing anything on Friday the 13th. And then all of a sudden...
it just happened.
It just happened that she posted that one of her good friends in Echo Park, who runs a shop there, has asked her to come do a guest slot on that day. So between noon and 6, the two of them is doing flashes. I'm not sure what the shop owner is charging. I know that Denise is $100 flashes there. Yeah. And that's a steal and a deal. And she's my girl, and I already have flash work from her. I mean, my forearm, this eye to crystal to psychedelic mushroom thing, that was basically 3 flash pieces we mashed together. The snake she just drew onto me. And for those of you that don't yet know my tattoos, I guess I can post a picture. Or actually, you can look on my Instagram, at Steezy Breezy. I don't normally drop that one, but STZYBRZY. My New Year picture shows my tattoos pretty well. Plus, I look like I'm being choked by a chain. It's pretty awesome.
By a chain? Oh, with your husband.
Yeah, it's like a pearl chain.
I saw that. I was like, wow.
We were making a reference to
You should see it. It's a little
Tap.
Like BDM looking. I was like,
it was a reference to Spinal Tap.
Extreme. And you know what the worst part about it is? Let me tell you. It's a group photo.
It's hot.
It's not just like Bree and Eric doing
it's everybody.
And Bree's on her like nearly on her
What
knees.
does she mean the worst part? That is the best part. Everybody get at me. Tell me that's not the best part.
I just like
it's
they're saying
freaking hot.
This might be in other people's homes.
Kinks in public.
It was not in
full
public.
On.
It was not public. It was our friend's new home that they bought in New Mexico.
I just love
or
that
as
it's
I
a
like to
group
call
photo.
it, Nuevo Mexico. Which is really actually old Mexico wrapped up in an American sheepskin. And apparently the oldest actual township or city in all of America
is in Florida.
No, in the U.S. I heard is actually it's Santa Fe. Maybe they just meant in the Western U.S. Or the Southwestern U.S.
Mm-hmm.
Southwestern U.S.
Nuevo Mexico.
You sound like almost Japanese too.
Nuevo Mexico.
Yeah, like that was Japanese as fuck. Like, say it.
No.
And this is when everyone's
When you
going to be like,
finish at a sushi
"Censor."
restaurant, what do you say? You always say it.
Kampai.
Gochiso sama desu.
Whoa. She does not say kampai.
No.
That sounds like cream pie.
Only to you.
Aw, man, Sasha.
I say kampai sometimes.
I relapsed over this last holiday.
You got to be more specific on which.
There's only one thing I can possibly relapse that would ruin my life.
The porn. The porn.
Yeah. Maybe that's why I've been sad, because as soon as it like starts.
Hey, should we start an OnlyFans for this where we just take pictures of our feet every time we podcast? And,
Yes.
and we can offer a live feed of our feet while we podcast?
We just touch toes.
through
You
OnlyFans?
guys are the only ones not wearing your shoes. I'm wearing Converse today, like high top Converse. I'm such a bitch to put
Sasha's
back on.
wearing such
It has to be named Kinks in Public.
clean Esprit socks. And I've got these wild Cowboys themed socks with cacti and horseshoes on things. And Danny has weird heart creatures that are hanging out. Oh, it's srirachas. Am I right?
Sriracha bottles. That's
tight.
hilarious.
That's tight. Ooh.
Anyways, kinks in public, I'm super down.
Yeah, challenge me on that.
Yo, have you guys...
Wait, what do you mean by that, actually? I was like, yeah, I'm down, but no.
No.
Do explain.
So there's this... Okay, yeah, I'd love to. So kinks in public, there is this thing called... guys, this is within, like, the gay community, for men, mostly.
I believe
But it's called cruising.
Oh my God.
Do you know what it's called to go cruising?
I'm just dying. Yep. Wait, is she...
This is a real thing.
Are you...
Are you asking her because she's gay?
That's
She
why
needs
she's laughing.
verification from the gay guy over here.
No, dude, I'm asking you if you're for real, because I used to live in Silver Lake. And actually what's awesome about Silver Lake and Echo Park is that they're some of the earliest embracing communities of what now
cruising.
we'll call the LGBTQIA community. Like, but yeah, well, legalizing cruising, because if you go through quarters, even when I was still living there, like basically it's like northeast Hollywood into early downtown. So you're like Sunset Boulevard and Santa Monica Boulevard are two big ones that mostly parallel, and then they magically meet at one part on your way towards downtown. And this is where Silver Lake begins. And like the Black Cat, I think it's called the Black Cat.
Explain to me what cruising is.
There's a bar. Okay, I'm just saying that like the gay community has a long history there. However, that has been to both their benefit and their disadvantage at times. And one of the disadvantages would be that the LAPD at some fucking point started to, in the same way that like, let's call it, what the fuck? When you just stand there and they're like, oh, you're loitering, like that was basically meant to be able to arrest minorities and shit. Like it's that kind of idea, but for gays is to say like no cruising. But the only way to identify what cruising is to like basically be like, oh, you look really gay and you're walking and sort of standing on this street. It's like loitering for gay people, right?
No.
Yes, it is,
Well,
dude.
yes
It
and
was
no, but like, no.
Being gay has been criminal a lot of times throughout history, dude.
I
And
know.
throughout the city of LA, that was how they criminalized it, was by making signs that say no cruising, as in cruising is illegal. It's the same thing as saying like no fucking loitering, which is loitering is not a thing. Loitering is just standing there and being black. Let's be fucking real. So cruising is just standing there and being fucking gay. Danny, yes. Like, you're the one that thinks you just discovered what cruising is, and you were, like, enlightening
someone told me, like,
the LGBTQIA person
elder-
at the table and me about this, and I'm just letting you know, as your elder and a person who's lived in more diverse communities than you have, I understand what that is, and that she probably understands what that is, too.
I mean, cruising-
and I appreciate that you're catching up, but it's
No,
funny
it's
that
totally different.
that you're
It's
illustrating it to
different.
me, and then you're
Those
rejecting
are just people
it,
hanging out in
and
the
then you're
wrong spot
rejecting
that
anything
people
that
don't
I'm
like.
telling you. I know.
So now
just trying to-
give me your explanation.
So
of
that was all.
Cruising So what you're explaining is people just hanging out and
No,
like
I'm
not
not.
being in, and getting in trouble for
No,
it.
I'm
It's
not.
just a community hanging out.
They're totally trying to have
and they're
sex with each other, but the point is, it's still fucking heinous as fuck to call them out about it. And that the reason the reason that they made it illegal to cruise is so that you could fucking arrest the people who were trying to just have sex with each other. Of course, that's what they were doing. Cruising is meant to have sex with each other. You are not enlightening me. I'm just telling you. Like, I appreciate the shit out of you, but like, don't reject the wisdom that we two have. And yes, please tell me what now you have to say. But yes,
That's
I know
what it is. It's just them having signals and like
it's real.
now it's just that's what they call it. They're going cruising and they make I don't even know where we started at this now.
Isn't it just like because you couldn't do it in public and you probably couldn't go back to your house because your family, if you were married or whatever,
Sodomy
so you were
was
in
illegal.
a car cruising.
Sodomy was illegal. So it all like centralizes around basically making it illegal to sleep men with men already.
Sodomizing is illegal.
In some places, I think
in some places, in some countries around the world. But back in the day, like, dude, even your parents couldn't have even been fucking married in the 70s because they would have been considered a biracial couple. Like, that wasn't even fucking allowed.
They were born in the 70s.
All right, Danny, you're missing the point. I'm just saying that, like, a lot of the progress that has happened, you're blind to because you were born into it. And unless you've either been of a community that, like, is forcibly subject to the ill things that have come of it, or you explore it for some reason out of self-interest or whatever, you might not be aware of it. And so I appreciate that you're playing catch up right now. But, like,
anyways, I remembered where we were starting. Public kinks.
Oh, okay. Kinks in public.
Kinks in public.
Yes.
But someone
I know I can be a bit of a fucking
recently.
What do we call them? Like I'm a warrior.
Tasty.
Libertard.
Well, you've
warrior.
always you've always stood up for the silent people. So
I just care, guys. I really fucking care, and I want people to feel like we understand what's going on. And I'm someone who, honest to God, doesn't understand what the fuck is happening most of the time. And I admit that, like, the longer I live, the less that I know. But when I do, when I feel that I need to speak up in advocacy of people and stuff, I will do that because I know enough to, like, say something at the right time. This is why I walked off that bullshit shit last year, because they were trans bashing. Fuck those fucks. We don't stand for that shit. Anyway, public kinks count as what? Like, fucking rubbing each other's clits, like, obviously on a train, or what?
I don't rub clits.
No, the reason I said it earlier is because you were talking about a photo and it was suggestive, but there were other people in the photo. I said,
"What the fuck, dude? Look at the picture." I was like,
kinks in public.
I was telling everyone to go on my Instagram so you could see the picture.
That's fine, but I was explaining the photo.
There are tons of forums of people who like talk about their kinks in public. Like, people will watch porn on buses. Like, some people will purposely go on the bus just to watch porn. Isn't that crazy?
What the fuck? People go on the bus just to watch porn?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why would they just go on the bus?
Just to watch porn?
Just go on the bus.
Just watch porn.
It's a public kink.
I know. I get that.
I get that. I know. I'm live posting that we're going to be coming out with an episode soon.
And that's what you're going to post? Not that one.
Too
Give her
late.
better material.
Here, I'll do it on me this time.
Anyway.
I'll shoot a reel. Do you believe in
kinks in public?
Kinks in public.
Yes.
Yes.
I support this.
I support it too.
Just wash your hands.
That's valid.
Do you have any New Year's resolutions?
I've been practicing Japanese for the last couple days. Writing it, speaking it.
I
wouldn't
say it's a resolution, but I'm just focusing my energy towards that more.
That's really fucking dope.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a whole sentence.
No.
Can I tell you what?
Tell me what.
Like, just say, hi, I'm visiting in. Where's your bathroom?
No.
Okay, fine.
I can introduce myself, but I'm not going to say it on the mic.
Okay. That's cool.
Not until I'm better.
I think that's the point. Practice.
Yeah.
Fine.
Do you? Do you have resolutions, goals?
I think my resolutions this year is to, I mean, everyone's always trying to better themselves every day. But I think this year, I mean, in some way, even if it's like the littlest amount, maybe it's stop smoking cigarettes. Maybe it's lose 100 pounds. Maybe it's gain.
Watch porn on a bus.
I had some insight about this that was like one of those, oh, it's so stupid and simple, but also kind of profound moments. Like yesterday, it just, well, over the past few days, like, I'm always one of those people that buys a lot of books but doesn't always remember to read them, because then I'll like look at it as this daunting task to like read the book. And then like kind of changed my philosophy on that recently and be like, no, it's really perfectly okay to like simultaneously read books and just incrementally get through little bits of each of them per day. And it's okay to be interested in multiple things at once and sort of like cater to my ADHD.
It's like, okay to slow down.
Yeah. Well, I don't need, yes, in one sense. And then, or just break it into like little parts, but instead of ignoring those little parts, like actually dealing with them. So, right, like in the past few days, I've been actually reading. And just like a little, like some of these are short entry things. They're not traditional books. Some of them are traditional chapter books and whatever. You make a little bit of progress in each. And I've been like, oh, that feels good. Like, and then like last night I was kind of cooking and I was like, ooh, my body feels stiff. And I know how to do a bit of yoga independently now from when I was pregnant and did classes for prenatal and just after and kept myself limber. And like you take away enough moves that you don't have to think of yourself as a yogi, but like you kind of feel your body and you're like, oh, my shoulder sort of hurts. Oh, I kind of know this move that I can do. So I found myself like stretching in the kitchen, and then I was like, well, I haven't done like I used to sort of exercise. Like I haven't done sit-ups or push-ups in a long time. And I was like, oh, I feel compelled to do this. So I just like went ahead and was like, oh, I can still do 10 fucking push-ups. And I was like, well, fuck it. If I can do 10 push-ups, I should just do the 100 like mixed crunches that I usually do. And I was like, yeah, and I'm going to do it. And I did. And all of a sudden, as I was doing these crunches, I like looked at Eric and I was like, I think it's like difficult sometimes for people who are not neurotypical to think about how changing habits works or like adopting things that you want to do works, and having a tendency to like overemphasize what it means or like try to pre-think it all out, so it becomes like this kind of overwhelming thing.
Chore.
Right, like a chore or something, and then it just becomes something that never happens. And so then that's like your definition of the normal, like, here's my New Year's resolution that I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go to the gym all the time. Like, meh. And like, no, if you don't just like buy a gym membership, but instead you're like, hey, I have 5 minutes while the water's fucking boiling for my pasta, and I feel like doing a couple squats, and you just do squats. Hey, you just exercise for 5 minutes. And all of a sudden my brain was like, wait, that's it. Like, there's these small pockets of time that none of us really knows what to do with ourselves when we're sort of neuroatypical people. We're just like, you kind of like stare at the wall sometimes, but you be like staring at the wall and then be like, oh, I'm like staring at the wall. I could also do squats, tight. Like, and like you can kind of cater to your need to just sort of not have like a strict, all the time strict everything. Like, feeling the ability to adapt like at any time is something I think I need to feel good about myself, but I also need structure, and so those kind of feel in conflict at time. But so how do you do that? Well, certain things become structured, like drop my kid off at a certain time, pick her up at a certain time, and then everything in between can be a little loose. But when I have those pockets of time where I'm just fucking staring at the wall or waiting for water to boil, that's when I can like practice a little Swedish, or that's where I can read a chapter, or that's where I can like do a squat. And then all of a sudden, it's not that I'm like setting aside time on purpose to read a book or fucking exercise. It's that I'm just like interjecting those things into the moments where I kind of am like sort of not doing anything or spacing out anyway. And like the reality is that a lot of my day sort of becomes me daydreaming and shit. So like actually if I do that at the same time, it feels a little bit more productive. My endorphins like boost, everything gets a little better. So that's how I'm like looking at this year for how to accomplish goals. It's less about like, I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to blah. I'm going to blue. It's like,
I love going to the gym.
No, but you actually build that in as part of your routine, and I wouldn't. Like, for me, it'll be like one of those things where I'm like, oh, it was cheap and I bought a good membership, and then I won't do it. Like, so for me, the other things
I think a lot of
work.
people who first start the gym have that mentality because it's all about obedience to yourself if you think about it, and just having the structure, like you said, to be able to get up, get ready, go to the gym.
But you can do that with anything. Like me, for me, it's been washing my face and doing like a routine both at night and day. And I'd be like, even when it's a pain in the ass to wash my face in the morning, I make myself do it. And I feel like I look better and like my skin looks nicer, and it makes me just feel like I'm more ready for the day. Oh, yeah. And it's like, it's a really simple routine, but for someone like me who's like sort of overwhelming themselves with thought at all times of the day, and like fucking Sasha watched me like build like the studio and be like, I overthink so much stuff. Yeah. So like for me, having little routines like that where I don't have to overthink it, but I just have to be, like you said, self-obedient is fucking pretty cool. Like it actually makes me feel like I've accomplished something, or like that I have structure, even if it's not like what my husband's structure looks like, who's a very different type of engineer brain, and like a very much more of a 9-to-5 or a salary or whatever the fuck you want to think of it, like way more structure, other people, other meetings, a lot more beholden than I am. Yeah,
but for my New Year's resolutions, I suppose, would be to get out more, and in like a healthy way, like doing stand-up. I want to do a lot more stand-up shows this year.
Baby. I have a question. Was your relapse in porn triggered by the winter blues?
I don't know, but I was alone for a lot of that time. And I got horny. I was like, well, what am I gonna do about this? And I've been an attention seeker in the past, and I didn't want to jeopardize my relationship by reaching out to someone, or like someone reach out to me and I'd be like entertaining it at all. So the idea was just to like not be a part of anything that was outside of my circle, including entertaining anything that would maybe be detrimental to my trust or his trust to me, or I just didn't want to play with fire. So I even watched lesbian porn because I was so anti other dick. Like, I have one man, I need to watch, like, I don't want to see other males. So I watched a lot of female porn, and it was just so awkward for me because watching only female porn, like, it's just not that entertaining.
You were just, you were fishing.
I was just trying to feel something weird. I wanted to be creepy and disgusting.
Well, you found a way to do it.
I walk around my house butt ass naked, and I didn't wash the dishes for like 4 or 5 days. I didn't put the peanut butter jelly back. I left my knife on the side of the stove. Like, my house looked disgusting, and I looked disgusting.
Dude, sometimes you just need to like let life sort of be messy and stuff, though, and then feel that motivation creep back in and give yourself something to accomplish by like cleaning your own shit up. Like, and then it becomes the first step towards doing something more significant.
I had to. I mean, eventually I looked around and I was like, my guy's about to be home, and I look like I've been fucking myself and eating.
Yesterday was a day like that sort of for me too. It was just like a weird day. I just like didn't feel motivated to do much. Like, I like was stoked that I showered by like noon. And then I feel like I accomplished a few things. I was like, oh, dude, our link is broken. Should fix that before the next episode. Hey-o. And like, so I accomplished some things like that. But there was a point in the day where I was just like, I don't even know if I'll do anything. Like, I looked around. I admitted to myself that our house was a mess, that there was like a clean dishwasher to be put away, a dirty fucking sink full of goddamn dishes to be put into the dishwasher. You know, like tasks that were menial and accomplishable, but that I was so fucking zero fucks could I give when I was first waking up. Because I was just like, to be honest with you, know what happened to me this week, dude? Let me share with you guys. So, I don't know. Like, I legit, like, had, like, a hard time Monday night coming back home, like, being in that fucking car. The fit, like, it's all fun and games to joke about, but, like, it basically made me have a panic attack, and that was not cool. And then it's like Eric cares a lot about me, but he just, like, gets silly about, like, how he tries to express it and, like, fully fucking trips over his tongue, like, during those times, and sort of has a tendency of being like, oh, you need, like, to deal with like your mental stuff when you're like in mental crisis, which basically never would feel good to anyone. Like it's like it's dismissing of the idea that you already are aware of those things, and then it's also like not very helpful in like light of whatever the situation is. So that all sort of happened to me on like Monday, and I was
It's like someone saying calm down.
Right. When you're freaking, I mean, any like,
just relax.
We all can understand some form of that. It's just that it's the epitome of not what to do. So it doesn't matter. It's how well you're intentioned and how much you care. You fucked up your ability to like calm someone down, whatever. That was my Monday. And then Tuesday was like, oh, let's like just try and like enjoy like a little bit of time with my mother-in-law before we fucking leave and stuff. And then Wednesday was us going to the therapist, like dropping off Arlie for the first time at school, and me just like kind of like getting made to feel like total shit for like any of the blackouts. Like I had 2 blackouts during the holidays. Cause like I was saying, we're doing better. We're not drinking, right, Danny? Like, whoa. But then when you get together with people on the holidays and all you do usually is drink beer and they
or
like
eat.
And they make you fucking cocktails and they make you beautiful pours of wine and you mix all this shit and you weigh like 125 fucking pounds. You fucking get wasted, dude. Like I blacked out. Oh, because I've been not drinking. And I'm like, no, I've been doing so well. That's why I'm not able to do this. But dude, I don't know. I just like, there was lows. Like I had a lot of lows and then
she blacked out.
I feel like I got to talk about all of that like in therapy this week. And then my whole week since so then like Wednesday was like all my energy was spent like being at a therapy thing at like 9 a.m. with like Eric and be like, oh, this is fucking.
That sounds like detention.
Rough, dude. Then I just like feel like I spent like Thursday
with
just
the teacher who got you in trouble,
like recuperating from like therapy Wednesday. I was like, so I'm a person of trauma, so I'm a total piece of shit, so what do I do with that? I was like, I'm just gonna sit at home and pet my cat.
I'm a piece of shit.
I'm gonna feel
proud and fat.
I'm just gonna pet my pussy.
Here is my weapon. Here is my pussy.
I'm gonna try and envision a better life for myself.
You know what? I think at this point I'm going to embrace the hobbithood of like just being home.
Mm-hmm. The Shire.
I stay out of trouble when I'm home. Less people know more shit less people know more shit about me. And I think I'm okay with that.
You know? I like being able to have public when we have public and have private when we have private. I think I'm that kind of person. I think I get that.
Well, I think that comes with adulthood, being able to, regulate your sharingness of information.
Overshare is what I do.
Money, time, space, overall outwardship. My sister's calling. Should I put her on speaker?
No.
I can pause it if you want.
No, it's fine. Hi, Echo. I'm recording the podcast right now. You're on air. Hello.
Hang up. Bye.
She hung up.
Good.
Marked. Drop that shit.
Yeah.
Drop that
Speaking
shit.
of marked, I feel like we're like talking like too personal and we're going into depth of like personal shit.
Well, there's a difference between like personal yourself and like talking about 3 friends that no one's ever gonna fucking meet. We are the people that they're hanging out with.
Okay.
Talk about your own shit as much as you want. It's different when it's like, and then Shelly's boyfriend did this thing to Joanna.
Fuck Joanna.
And we're like, you know what?
Fuck Joanna.
I don't know shit about fuck, but fuck Joanna. That's the stuff we're trying to avoid.
If we ever have hoodies, fuck Joanna's gonna
fuck Joanna. Whoa.
I'm with it.
Did you do 2 or more?
It was an accident. My fingers are clumsy. Just like how I don't have a good time texting, I apparently can not space out the 1 centimeter between these drum pad buttons. Maybe that would make me good at fingering somebody. Maybe that would make me bad. Eric and I don't finger his butthole, so I don't know.
Ew.
Yeah, that's why we don't do it. as that. Yeah.
That's hilarious. Alex won't even let me touch his butt cheek. Every time I try to squeeze his butt cheek, he's just like, ah!
His whole body turns red from
He
pale.
turns around.
He's all Russian. He's all white. He's like...
He's so funny.
By which you mean translucent. I mean, my Scandinavian boy is pretty white in the parts that don't see the sun. By which I mean sort of translucent. I think it's like a jellyfish theory. Like, those parts that don't see the sun really don't pigmentate.
Don't need to.
Sexuality is
Right into the bones, the veins,
so
the tendons.
funny.
It's pretty sexy. It's like being at one of those body... Whatchamacallit? Like, you guys ever seen those? You ever been to one of those exhibits, Danny?
What?
Probably not.
No. But it sounds like a goddamn spring roll.
There's back in like the 90s or early 2000s, they started doing these exhibits where they took entire bodies of humans and real people that are like cadavered. Maybe you can call that cadavered. And in other words, each part of their body has been treated by formaldehyde. So then you can rebuild them as if they're that, you know, the skeleton that's in biology class in real life, however, posed in a position. So imagine a basketball playing position and it's all these formaldehyde muscles as if you took the skin off of a basketball player mid-shot. So it's pretty artsy, it's pretty sciencey, it's pretty cool. Yeah, bodies. It's like that shit.
Bodies.
I forget why I was bringing it up, but I knew Danny wouldn't have known what that was, so I had to think about and explain it.
It actually just reminded me of the Death Museum in LA.
Sick.
Yeah.
Do they have skinless people there too?
Every body part you can think of in like glass jars of water. Like there's a dick.
Oh, but the glass jars of water is a little bit... Yeah, I know that too. You know what I went to? A penis museum in Reykjavik, Iceland. I highly recommend it. It was
I
like,
think I know where that's at.
It was like 15 euros or something, but dude, it's awesome. It was like the what do they call it? Like Phallological Society or something.
This sounds like what a dick museum would sound like.
2 phalluses very, very far up. Do recommend. What you got? She got notes.
I was just taking notes on the conversations that we've been having.
Oh, you're taking notes on the live. I tried to make you a Rorschach test. What do you see?
I guess a snake on a branch.
She's evil. Burn her.
Witch.
Witch.
Hey, I'm pretty witchy. I have my feelings.
You want to take a picture of that for the socials? Come on, we never do anything. That's what we'll start doing. Hey, woohoo! I just had a light bulb moment. So stupid. So slow. We're so slow. When we talk about these things, since Danny, you're running the Instagram right now, can you take pictures and then you can post them on Instagram? And then it'll be like, we have relevant content. Take a
Rorschach.
Oh, thank you. Take a picture of the Rorschach.
Apple will autocorrect that spelling. Don't worry.
I hope it was when I was stupid laughing.
That's another. I gotta keep track of
What?
my resolutions. How to become a fucking influencer. It makes me tired just thinking about it. To be an influencer.
I thought you were gonna say funny.
To be funny. My resolution to be more funny.
Well, if you're going to more comedy things, doesn't that mean that you're...
I think it's just storyline and delivery at this point. I mean, after all the comedians that I've seen...
They have the formula.
They just have the deliverance, and
I am delivered.
They have...
From my old liver, I've drank too much whiskey and wine.
Like I said, deliverance on your comedy.
I am delivered. If I've got anything, it's not a reason or rhyme.
I really want to see all the Harry Potter movies and like one after the other.
Doesn't it run like 24 hours or something?
Probably.
Where?
No. I mean like the whole thing, all of them. It's like 28 hours of...
That's amazing. I would love to do that.
Something like that. Maybe 19. I don't know. But
we can do that with Lord of the Rings too. Fuck Frodo.
Oh.
Okay.
Such a loser.
Oh, no, don't Frodo.
And if it wasn't for Sam.
Oh.
He don't show, though, to show Frodo. No.
No.
I got something for this. I've been writing notes. I've been taking notes on life. I have this folder on my iPhone called Jokes and Bits. It's a good place. I had written something the other day that was like way more focused than it came out. I like wandered big time on the mic on Tuesday, but I felt like everyone either sucked or wandered too, so it was great. We were all like, yep, been a minute since I've been on the mic, and poop fart on my interject here, blah. Like, not that great.
This Tuesdays?
Yeah, I didn't feel good. It was okay. It was not great. I feel like I word vomited out so much more than I meant to. But then I had this whole thing that I'd written before because I try to be focused. You know? You guys want to know about Meow Wolf?
Yes.
Okay. Because, like, the first time I heard about Meow Wolf is from Jen and Paige, and they just kept being like, Meow Wolf, Las Vegas. Meow Wolf, Las Vegas. So sick. I was like,
So sick.
So sick. I was like, what is that? And they're like, kind of hard to explain, but totally so sick. Like, you should go. Shout out, guys. I love you. And I was like, okay, great. Gonna definitely make a point of that because Santa Fe, where we were over New Year's, is the place that Meow Wolf is incepted, if you will. Born, if you will, whatever. Conceived and born. It's the original OG. It's the place. So I am wearing the shirt again today because I love it, and that I bought at Meow Wolf, and I'm going to do my best as a wordsmith to explain to you people what maybe Meow Wolf is so that you don't just get a recommendation like I did that's like, oh, so sick, just go. It's great.
Not all Californians sound like that, by the way.
Yeah, but they do mostly. All right.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Here's what I wrote, guys. Let's give my writing a shot. To all of you that think that I'm always just randomly off the cuff thinking I'm so brilliant, I don't. I'm an idiot and I ramble. So here's something I've written. Perhaps it'll be better. Meow Wolf. People have a hard time describing it, but I'm a wordsmith with a couple of experiences past that give me the ability to try for you. Picture an old bowling alley being taken over, such that only the giant parking lot and partial facade of the building resemble anything of the beleaguered past. Inside, the carpets and lobby resemble a super artsy interpretation of an arcade with black and neon industrial carpeting and tons of interesting art painted onto the walls, mural style, with live light projector art layered to make it all look more trippy, transforming, and alive. A bar in the bathrooms and wristband information area are all there in the lobby. And really, it's like the entrance to an art museum. Stay with this metaphor, specifically a modern art museum, because once you enter the actual gallery space, it's a wildly different world that you're entering, built by a bunch of artists in Santa Fe, New Mexico, to be interactive, unusual, and slightly following along a mystery embedded somewhat within its walls. My ADHD was going nutso with the full sensory experience of it all, so chasing a mystery was not in the cards, but some folks go that route. Truly, it's as though you have a Yayoi Kusama-inspired landscape of strange, unusual objects in mirror rooms. For those like Danny that have no clue, you can Google YAYOI Kusama. Yayoi Kusama. Anyway, a Yayoi Kusama inspired landscape of strange unusual objects and mirror rooms that you can actually touch and interact with as if it's an escape room, but with less overall point and no real reason to pay particular attention to anything other than for a ooh, ah, cool, I found a passageway through this refrigerator that leads to a tower with giant backlit eyeballs and ambient nature noises inside factor to it all. It's all interactive, it's basically unexpected, and everything is both what it seems and what it does not seem simultaneously, as though entering the Twilight Zone, or at the very least, Schrodinger's cat box. You get to party with the living cat while watching its burial, or a constant death, either, and rebirth of the cat over and over again. It's pretty unreal. 2 thumbs up, full recommend.
It sounds like acid in a post.
Well, basically, experiences like that make you feel like you're tripping when you're sober. So it's a good way to describe it.
That's the whole point, yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know, like, at the most simple level, if you wanted to explain Meow Wolf to somebody, you'd be like, well, it's like a mix between a modern art exhibit, an escape room, a kid's playground, and being on acid.
That sounds like adulthood.
It's tight. It was fun. And then my shirt's pretty much reflective of that. Just look at the back of this shirt. You want to know what this experience was? Look at this. That. Hot tubbing with aliens. Roasting my mind.
No bad trips.
Dude, aliens. Have you seen all these like UFO sightings on the internet right now? Everywhere. There's one in Las Vegas above the Lexer.
Oh, we told Joe Bob not to land there.
Sorry. There have been so many sightings lately. There's this guy on TikTok who the whole TikTok community. TikTok is fucking weird, guys. If you guys want to go in a rabbit hole.
No, I don't.
No.
She and I don't want to sell our information to the Chinese government willingly. Like, I already fucking sold my genetics to those assholes at the genetics place. Like, how much more do I need to fucking
I already think the government has all my information.
I don't post anything on TikTok. I'm literally just like an Instagram user. Like, nothing is connected.
You had to give your info to get in to TikTok.
Well, I mean, I'm basically just using email that's like a ghost email. Like, there's nothing, it's not even my real name. I don't post anything. I don't even have a profile picture. Like, it's literally just a following account. And the email that's attached to it is like an iCloud, which I don't use for like my work or even Facebook. Even Facebook and TikTok don't even have the same email account. No, it's a completely ghost account. But I just follow and I listen and I don't even talk to people. I just listen to what people are talking about.
They listen to you.
Maybe. Whatever. But there's this community on TikTok who believe that there's this man who went missing who found a giant on a mountain and was driving.
I believe you.
Yeah, was driving through some snowy mountaintop of a middle canyon mountain in, I believe, California.
Tahoe.
Was it top? Probably.
I don't know.
Are you calling my friends Yetis? How dare you?
The Yeti motherfuckers.
How dare you not call them by name? How dare you not use their names?
The mountain is already so fucking high. So high up. And to see this figure at the very top, like, dude, that's got to be a big fucking figure. Especially if there's like a tree or something close to that size. Anyway, he had been driving around the area talking to locals, trying to figure out what the fuck all this is about. Even some of the locals are, oh yeah, they don't fuck with those. If you see him, just respectfully and disrespectfully run the fuck away. Anyway, he was posting live videos as soon as there was cars just parked outside of his house. He was being watched after he had posted this video that he happened to capture, that he was driving, and he was like, whoa, anybody see this? Like, look how crazy this is. Anyway, he's now missing. He was consistently posting, and people were, on TikTok just like flies on shit. Like, everybody, let's get on this conspiracy.
Did he get murdered?
Presumably, legally, he's dead. So to have this guy share videos and somehow go missing, but legally presumed dead already, the world of TikTok is just going into the cyclone.
Wouldn't you maybe call it a universe of
He's
TikTok?
Gonna come back to the social medias and have one post of
TikTok
like,
is shook.
it's gonna be like, what I
so
said
shook.
before was not true, and I deeply apologize to all my followers. And
TikTok is the most fucked up platform.
China owns it, bitch. What
I
do you
need
think?
verification on this. I need you to look it up right
what
now.
do you need
You
me to
can do
look
it.
up?
As who owned
China.
You know this for a fact?
I would put my baby's fucking life on it.
That's not good.
That's why Trump wanted to ban it, because he doesn't like China. Not because he actually cares about people. Although I thought it was really funny when he wanted to ban it, because I'm like, who's actually mad? Because I didn't care at all.
I was with him. I was like, ban it. Because I don't give a fuck.
Dude, me and Sasha are such haters. We were like, do it. Do it just to see what they'll do when
I don't
they don't have
one.
it.
I don't give a fuck.
I want to know who's going to proxy through
Actually,
China
you know
just
what?
to get it.
I am for like breaking up big tech, so that's different anyway.
Yeah.
That's something on its own. What?
It is ByteDance.
What?
Based in Beijing.
Beijing. Yep. Yep.
What did I say? Told you so. Well, it's getting to that time, guys. That neat little. We got like a few minutes till we're at that.
Sweet spot.
Hoorah, 1 hour. Is it our hour? I don't know. Do you want to give me and Danny and Sasha lots of money to do fun things like be
Yes,
hosts for your television, etc. media station? Of course you do. When
can
you
do
need to get
photos.
at us, make sure to email me at raregirl.studio@gmail.com. If that's not good for you, get at me by DM any fucking where you can find me. I am at raregirl. That's just RAREGRRRL. Why the fuck am I telling you how to spell rare? At rare girl with 3 R's. GRRRL. At Rare Girl. That's both on YouTube, on Instagram, and now raregirl.com, spelled the same fucking way, is how you can also find my link tree, which will bring you to every episode of this fine
All the links will be
podcast.
below.
This fine podcast here. This is episode 11.
Juichi this.
Sound like Jim Carrey.
Save me from my own cheeses. Cheez-Its, eat me.
You know what
'cause
I
I'm
would really
made
love?
of Cheez-Its.
Anyone who does listen, if they can send us their favorite videos or videos that you think we should watch, and we can
react.
talk about and react
Yeah.
to, that would be great. Or debate questions that you think Bree and I can discuss, because we're obviously two very different fucking people.
I'm always interested in where you're from. Tell me where you're from.
That would be really cool. I'd love to know where our listeners are.
All right. Party time. All right.
Not all podcasts in the Santa Barbara area are incels.
Run by white incels who are now probably cringing because they look up to someone that was arrested for making fun of a teenager who's an environmental activist, and then being stupid enough to repost the pizza box in his fucking frame, and then apparently being stupid enough also to have a warrant out for his arrest. Tainted by the fruit of his love.
Tainted.
Tainted by the fruit of another.
Tainted.
What's been going on? No one cares about the song. It's okay.
I want to hear you like sing an old 80s song.
That was like an
Yeah, that
I
was-
know it was, so I'd love to hear you just like finish it.
You gotta give me the lyrics then.
Should you do like phone karaoke?
Actually, I'm really excited to get you guys a new episode in the new year. Happy New Year. Happy Friday. Happy the 6th.
Mm-hmm.
It is a new moon. I mean, I totally meant the opposite. It is a full moon tonight.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to do card readings, but not on air. That would have been boring. That's why we skipped last episode. So sorry. We finally only made it 10 episodes last year. That's amazing. I'm super proud of being Danny and Sasha. You were there for most of it too. So god damn it, girls. We did it. Ladies,
Keep
women.
on with the resolutions.
Dude, I'm stoked on us. Like, literally.
Submit your resolutions.
But keep at them.
This is
More
episode
important.
11. We're going to bring you every Friday a new episode. That is my, what we say, commitment to you. I want consistency for everyone because if I want this to build to anything, I have to have consistency. So even if Danny and I fucking flop on being able to meet up together, I promise I will consistently give content on this channel every Friday on YouTube. So it'll always happen. It'll be associated with Spectrum Podcast. This has been episode 11. This has been Breezy.
And Danny.
And Sasha.
We love you guys. Thanks for being here.
Love you.
Where's your final advice, Danny? You always have something here.